Today we're going to take a look at the Get Stencil program at getstencil.com. I'll just refer to it as Stencil. So I'll preface this by saying I'm a big Photoshop and Illustrator guy, and those are my go-to programs for creating just about any kind of graphics or ads. However, when I started using Stencil, I realized that I could more rapidly create social graphics than what I was doing even inside templates in Photoshop and Illustrator. And so Stencil has definitely improved my workflow and saved me a bunch of time, like a bunch of time. I can create a social graphic in just a minute, where it might take 15 minutes or so to do that in Photoshop. And so that saves me a lot of time, especially if I do 5 or 6 of these. That could save me well over an hour or an hour and a half. So let me show you the 3 ways that I use Stencil. The first way is right inside of the application itself. And I'm going to show you how I would create, say, a social graphic for a coffee shop. So let's start with these templates here. And I'm just going to scroll through and I'm just going to pick a template as an example. Pick this one. And now I want to change the image in the background. Do something for a coffee shop. So I type coffee, I went to photos here, and then I type coffee. I'll just choose the first one. So now our social graphic is starting to take place, although summer clearance on coffee doesn't make a lot of sense. So we'll go here, make this summer special, and now let's take this 3rd row of text here. Buy one latte, get one for a friend. Let's do get one free for a friend. Buy one latte, get one free for a friend. So summer special. Buy one latte, get one free for a friend. Done. And now I want to resize this. Right now it's sized for Facebook, but I could size it for any of these, including Instagram here. So you can see it just sized it down a little bit. But we'll go back to Facebook here. And I can just preview and share. If I were doing this for myself, I could preview and share and it would send it out to all of my social channels. Or if I'm doing this for a client, I would just click download, and it would save the graphic, and then I could do whatever I want with it. That's the first approach, which is using everything inside of Stencil. So let me just clear this out. Second approach is if you happen to be online and you find an image that you like, that you want to use in a social graphic. Let's do a search for yoga, for example. I'm on stocksnap.io. These are free images that you can use for commercial purposes without attribution. So it's a great way to grab free stock images, and you don't have to credit or attribute or anything, just grab them. So here's some yoga pictures. There's a nice one right here. So I'm going to open this picture up. I don't even have to download it. All I have to do is right click, and I've got Open with Stencil, the plugin for Chrome enabled. So I'm just going to click that. And it's going to open it up in the Stencil program. And so now I'm going to grab my text tool here. And that added a text box. Look at that, it's got a little center guideline right there. So let's pop some text in here. Let's do sunrise, yoga. I'm just going to grab this and make this bigger. We'll stretch it out full width, or almost full width like that. Give myself a little bit of padding on either side. So sunrise yoga, 7 a.m. Cocoa Beach. Let's see, we'll do 7 a.m. So I'm in Florida. Cocoa Beach is not too far away. We'll say 15th Street. And now I can change that font if I wanted to have a different font in there. So let's take a look, see if something looks better. It's kind of nice, kind of airy. I like that. A little too boring. Boring. That's kind of nice, but not right for this motif. That's nice. This little handwriting font here. Make it bigger, and then I'm going to reduce the line height so it's closer together, and then I can make it bigger again. That's starting to look really nice. So there's a nice little promo for somebody that might have a yoga class. And so now I could download, if I were making this for a client, I could download it and send it away, or I could just preview and share across my social channels if that were me. Probably do it. Instagram would probably be a great way to do that. So that was the second approach, where I found an image online and I wanted to use that image. And then the last approach is, let's say you found some text online that you wanted to create a graphic from. So I've got some fitness quotes here. And we'll open up this page, scroll down, take a look at some of these quotes. Here's a nice one: excuses are useless, results are priceless. So I'm going to highlight that text, right click, and open with Stencil. And it just put in, and it used, you can see it used the last font that I used. So now let's work out. See if there's a good workout picture we can put in there. And try it as one word. There we go. Just pop that right in there. I'm going to bring this over and put it here in this negative space right there. You can check out some different fonts. That's kind of neat. That definitely has a Miami vibe to it. The whole picture has a kind of a Miami vibe. I think I might go with that one, actually. It just happened to happen very quickly. It's got a real summer type vibe, I guess. I can pop that right there. I can change my text color here. Why don't I try to get that raspberry? Come close to that top that she's wearing. Right about there. Yeah, it looks kind of nice. So there it is. There's a quick social graphic, and we can see what it looks like. Right now it's set for Instagram. There's Facebook. Here's Twitter. See, all of these they all adjust very nicely and happen very rapidly. There's the Facebook one. So once again, I could publish out to my channels if this were me, if I were the fitness person, or I can download and send off to my client. And just like that, I downloaded it to my computer. All right, so those are the three approaches. I used the first one within Stencil itself. Everything was created within here. The second, I found an image that I used within the program. And then the third, I found a quote online that I wanted to use within the program. And all happened very rapidly. I created those three within just a couple of minutes, where if I were doing this in Photoshop, this would have been 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes worth of work just to get it all organized and export it to all those different formats, maybe even more. The other thing that I like is the connection to all of your social channels is very robust, and you can even use Buffer if you wanted to automate how this thing gets, how these get posted. But I recommend it first just keeping it simple and doing preview and share and blasting these out to your social channels. It's been a quick overview of how I use Stencil to create social graphics rapidly.